I'm Joseph Kibiwa, the MD, Managing Director for Paratus Kenya.
My name is Martin Cox. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer for Paratus Group.
Currently, we have just launched Paratus Kenya, and we're looking into the product that will revolutionize the ICT. And one of these is layer 2 services. We're looking at EduLink, which will help the education, the e-learning platform. And also we're looking at Paratus Connect to Care, which will be a product for the hospitals.
Paratus operates in 15 countries across Africa. Basically, it's all countries south of the equator. So it's Angola, DRC, Uganda, Kenya, and all the countries south of there, down to South Africa.
Yeah, so the market segment in Kenya, it will cut across all the verticals, agriculture, healthcare, we're talking about schools, we're talking about the financial sector, which is big for us, insurance, and many others like mining and even transport. So that's the product that Paratus is bringing on board in Kenya.
We applied for a license. We set up a company. We applied to the Kenyan Communications Authority for a license. We also set up a joint venture with Move On company, which Joseph is one of the part owners. And so Paratus owns 60%, Move On owns 40%, and Move On is managed by Joseph, who's a Kenyan, and all the staff are Kenyan. So we comply with, not only are we fully compliant, but we're also creating jobs and job opportunities for younger people in Kenya to be part of Paratus Kenya. Paratus is 22 years old. So we've been working we were based out of Namibia, and now we've expanded to these 15 countries. And so, but Kenya will be a launchpad for us in East Africa. We haven't been operating in East Africa, so this is new. It's a new region for us. We're very excited. We've been very warmly welcomed, and we've got great partners like Joseph. Great partners.
Paratus is pretty new in Kenya. So far, we have around 15 staff members who are directly earning and living out of Paratus. Out of that, there is a direct employment through the engineers who are on the field, and these ones are hired on demand. So there's a lot of impact that Paratus is bringing on the empowering the new generations that are coming into innovation and to drive the digital economy.
So we can't say, we're not at liberty to say how much the investment is, but it's a significant investment. It's investment from Paratus into Kenya to provide services, to provide employment. But I'm not at liberty to say the amount of the investment. But the only thing I can say, we are committed, and if the investment needs to increase, we increase it. The key thing for us is to get services in the field to our customers. Whatever investment is required, that is the investment we will make. We do have a plan. We're much more 3 to 5 years in terms of our planning horizon. Technologies change often, so we're very flexible, and it depends on the market take-up. The faster we get customers, the more that we will, the more that we will invest. We don't follow a specific business plan as such. We have presented a business plan to the Kenya Communications Authority, but I think we will exceed it. I think we're comfortable that we will be well received in Kenya, and Joseph's going to do magic in this country.
One thing I can talk about the youth employment, you find in the digital space, majority of the minds that you're looking for are the youth. And the youth, they are tech savvy, majority of them, and any hiring that we're looking at will be for the young ones, because those are the people who have the dynamics that we're looking into. They have the paradigm shift that is required to move us from where we are to the next level. As I said in my speech, that when you want to plant a tree, you plant 40 years ago. And this is the 40 years that we are putting the seed. And that seed has to be the youth, because that's the seed for the future. So we have the space for the youth. Thank you.
And the nice thing, if I could just add to that, is the youth will be very, very privileged to have Joseph as a leader. Very experienced man, been in Kenya Telecoms for many, many years and decades. And I think that they'll be very privileged to work under your leadership and to learn from your experience. Every country is different. Every country has its own ways of doing business, its own cultures, which is why our managing director is from Kenya. All of our staff are from Kenya, all our people. We don't have a set model because that wouldn't respect the local ways of doing things. So we come here, we've got a certain know-how or in telecom, certain experience, but how that is applied is up to Joseph and his team, and we're flexible and we're here to support him.
For Paratus, Paratus is existing in around 15 countries across Africa. That's the south of Africa. And Paratus has put a lot of investment in Africa for the digital transformation. Out of that, we have different products and services which are even serving us beyond the 15 countries I've mentioned. I've said about 30 of them, 30 countries, and Paratus has, over the years, been investing in different markets. So far, Paratus has invested in another 7 countries that has doubled from the number that they had earlier. And Paratus is getting into healthcare. We're talking about the Paratus to connect to care, which is for hospitals. And that is going to take care of the clinics that you can have a hub, and you connect all those hubs into all those sites into the hub. We talk about education, and we have a product called EduLink. EduLink is designed to help the e-learning platform, and we have partners that are supporting us on the EduLink, such that the content, educational content, can be available to the remote areas. So far, as Paratus, we want to employ Kenyans. I know you may think Paratus is foreign. It's not foreign. The local shareholding is 40%, and the other is 60%. So that tells you Paratus wants to be an African entity.
There will be a big investment in providing connectivity to schools and to healthcare clinics. That's a key focus of why we're here. It is also as well to serve the business community, the banks, the retailers, the SMEs, and really to empower and to connect companies in the big cities, but also in the most smallest and remotest villages, so that they can trade with the bigger cities. So it's really, we're here to empower and to enable those businesses, those schools, those healthcare clinics.
No, partners, even the media is our partner, because you tell our story out there. So you are our first partner of sending the story to the remote areas. The others will be the content providers, because like as much as we give you connectivity, you still need to have access to the content, educational content. So we are partnering with those institutions that give us the correct syllabus for learning. Out of that, we have schools who have become as our partners. We have governors, counties, and all that, because there's a structure in everything that we are doing. We are talking about communication authority, where we're getting the license. So they have to give us those licenses that are adequate and actually give us the compliance towards that partnership. The last one I can talk about the data protection. You know very well in Kenya we have Data Protection Act, which allows, actually governs or give us the guidelines how we manage the data from school, from hospitals. So those are also partnerships that we want to embrace for compliance purposes.
Starlink, as you know, is an Elon Musk company in America. It's put up a constellation of satellites. I think it's about 7,000 satellites up in the sky in orbit at the moment. They provide what we call low Earth orbit satellites, which means it's really broadband services, low latency broadband services. You can get 80, 100 megs per second, and even up to 350 megs per second. This will evolve over time, and they have partners. They are licensed themselves in their own independent rights in Kenya. They have also authorized resellers as partners, and we are one of them. I think we're one of the largest in Africa and one of the first ones in Africa. We're very privileged to be a partner of Starlink, but also the innovation that we bring as Paratus and the services and the focus that we can bring to the target segments that we want to address. There's a big lack of connectivity in Kenya in the rural areas, even for banks and retailers. Connectivity solutions are there do not solve all of their needs. We're here also to compete, but also to complement the other providers that are here. There's many good telecom providers in Kenya. We're here to complement, and that's what we will do. So for us, it's a privilege to be in Kenya, privilege to offer our services.